116 to brag on my king. It is 116, Romans 116. We talk about him daily cause he run this thing. Can I do it? Can I do it? Yeah.
Hello, pretzels, and welcome back to the tripod. We are here to talk your weekly wrestling breakdown we kick down the forbidden door, and we're going to give you some highlights of this week in wrestling. So let's kick things off. The buy-in of Forbidden Door. The Factory versus New Japan guys, Yoshihashi, Hiroki Gono. QT clean shaven looks even more plain. Fans hate QT as well. New Japan guys double team club and blows on the Factory. QT attempts to flippity floppity out of the ring, but top rope stops that momentum. I have to imagine this is how the start of my career mode is going to be on a new AEW game, beating QT. Diamond Cutter Jones gets a 2.5. QT misses the 450. Double team finisher. New Japan for the win. I gave this a raw fortune cookie. Cesar, did you catch this match?
Yep, I didn't rate any of the pre-show.
What'd you think of the match?
I knew who was going to win. Fuck QT. Garbage ass.
Sticks, what'd you think of the opener?
I took a few notes on it. The beating blows, war drums, QT with the 450, and then Excalibur saying that the pool is empty. I gave it the scraps that were left from catering backstage.
Up next, Murder Hawk versus Camarado. Murder Hawk somersaults into the ring on Camarado and immediately lands on his head. Throwback Jones Taz calls Camarado. Murder Hawk wins a blackout. I did not rate this whatsoever. Cesar, any thoughts on this shit?
Yeah, Murder Hawk almost killed himself. So when he landed on his head, he probably needed a cheeseburger. Probably called that shit out like he always did.
He got the meat sweat. Sticks. What'd you think of this bullshit?
That walking top rope moonsault they did was the best thing out of it, and I gave it the grease that Murder Hawk sweat out during this match.
Up next, Desperado and a whiskey drinking dude versus Swerve in Our Glory. Katamaru with the speed and the tricks fighting Keith Lee. Desperado with the stretch muffler attack, the numero dos, to Swerve. Swerve accidentally drop kicks Keith's knee. Keith's knees are the target now. Keith uses Katamaru as a weapon against Desperado. My God, Swerve is good. He is so damn smooth and fluid with his offense. Keith Lee's yam bag is injured, keeps him off the apron. Keith in the figure four, Swerve in the stretch muff. Keith grabs Katamaru and uses him to attack Desperado to escape the submissions. Katamaru with the whiskey skeet and Keith Lee's soul gets a 2.5. Swerve takes out Desperado while Keith Lee with the spirit bomb for the win. I gave this 5 pretzels with a shot of whiskey. Ricky and P2H talk shit to Lee and Swerve. Cinnamon Stick Swerve and broke ass Phil Banks Lee. Sticks, what'd you think of this tag match?
I just gotta say, these guys watching APPW, I mean, they copied our boy Cesar when he come down the ring with the goddamn whiskey bottle. What the fuck we got going on here? But I gave it 6, and we all know Swerve can go. This is another showcase for Swerve. I mean, this guy is showing up, and I thought he was the highlight of this match, and the main reason why I gave it a whopping 6.
Cesar, thoughts?
I told you them skinny ass Asian crackers won't go beat fat ass Keith Lee. I just said that for the sheriff because he liked that pot last time. But no, yeah, Swerve looked great. Swerve kind of outshined everybody in this match. That Ricky and P2H shit was just weird. The motherfuckers are walking up the ramp. Like, you're just wasting time talking. Like, they don't have a microphone. Talk back. So I guess you had to do something to fill in all that time.
Like this show wasn't going to be long enough already.
Exactly.
Up next, Max Caster and the Ass Boys versus LA Dojo. Danhausen on Tron distracts Ass Boys with new Ass Boys theme. LA Dojo take advantage and whoop up on Caster and Billy Gunn. DKC karate chopping Caster in the corner. Taz with some more Jones's bullshit. I didn't quite catch it this time. Billy Gunn looks like the Incredible Hulk compared to everybody. Famouser and the mic drop for the win. This was supposed to be an 8-man, right? Embarrassing for the New Japan guys. I gave it 5 pretzels for the intro, rap, and Ass Man nostalgia. Cesar, your thoughts?
Yeah, all you need is old ass Billy Gunn and Max Caster to beat 4 New Japan crackers on a split pay-per-view. Who signed off on this shit? How did the New Japan guy sign off on this shit? And Boris embarrassed pretty much 4 of my upcoming guys by having old ass Billy and Max Caster whoop their monkey ass in, like, I guess the main event of the pre-show, if you will. Like, dead ass. They had a guy in a wheelchair, old ass Billy Gunn and Max. Ass Boys literally walked out there and ran to the back, and they got a check. This some fuckery right here. This is some real fuckery. But if I had to, I'd give it a 2 scissor me ass, daddy.
Yeah. Stixie Drip Trip, your thoughts on this tag team match?
I gave it 4 for the Max Caster rap, and for Daddy Ass having to wheel Anthony Bowens' ass back up that ramp after he just had a match. But yeah, the Ass Boys collect a paycheck, and you can't even fucking pay MJF. I'm just gonna say that.
The disrespect. The official show begins. It's Jericho, Sammy, and Suzuki versus Eddie, your mother, Wheeler, and Shoto Yumino. Wheeler taking it to Jericho. The crowd is going nuts. Of course, Tranny Manson loses control of the match. All 6 men fighting on the outside. Fuck you, Sammy. Chants going off. Sammy, obnoxious as always, pissing Eddie off. Crowd explodes when Suzuki and Eddie face off. Chop off. Eddie loses. Of course, winner gets the man advantage at Blood and Guts. Suzuki fucks up Eddie's arm. Suzuki looking like a badass killer in this. Sammy, Jericho, and Suzuki all lock in their submissions at the same time to the other team. I had to take a shit so bad during this. Shoto had match 1 with Perfect Plex, but Tranny Manson sucks, plus Jericho, I guess. Sammy flies out of the ring. Wheeler flies out of the ring. Eddie flies out of the ring. There is so much going on. This is nuts. Really like this match. I hope it doesn't get ruined. Shoto with an avalanche power slam to Jericho. Wheeler fucked up by Sammy thanks to Tay on outside. Sammy hits Shoto with the bat and back. Shoto all kinds of badass, taking it to Jericho, even gets the walls on him. Sammy multiple super kicks to get him off of Jericho. After some chaos, Jericho takes on Shoto with the Judas effect. I really like this match. I gave it 7 pretzels with the salt. Cesar, your thoughts on the opener?
No, yeah, this match was really good. I also gave it 7 pretzels. Everybody looked great here. Yeah, the fact when everybody was diving outside, because even after like Wheeler dived and then Jericho dived, and your boy just kind of like, he gets up and he runs, and then he's like, fuck y'all, ain't diving out there. He's like, I'll kill y'all inside the ring. But no, this match was really, really good. This is a really good opener. So I liked everything about it. So I gave it a solid 7.
Stixie Drip Trip, the kickoff, watching it a second time, did you have a change of heart on your opinion of this match after you shit all over it?
Yes, I did. I gave this one a solid 7 also. Excalibur saying that Jericho wanted him to refer to Sammy, Jericho, and Tay as Trey sex gods. And the backstory to this was Shoto was attacked by Jericho back over in New Japan. Shoto is also the son of Red Shoes, who is a main referee over in New Japan. And Shoto also is, I believe, I don't know if he still is, but was the young boy to John Moxley. Because Moxley came up with a nickname for him, Shooter. So that I thought was kind of neat to have all intertwined in this match with the backstories to Jericho in this match. So solid, hell of an opener, a lot of action. Gave it a solid 7.
It was surprisingly good. Up next, was for the Ring of Honor. And
Well, then Tay Conti did look extra
Tag
hot.
Team Championship triple threat match. It's Roppongi Vice versus FTR versus Cobb Khan. After I freckled the toilet bowl, I was ready to watch this high octane match. Uncle Dax may have dislocated his shoulder. Dax is taken away. Kevin Kelly botches on commentary and says Cash was taken to the back. The disrespect. Great O'Con giving Cash pink eye, sitting on his head on the top turnbuckle. Again, the disrespect. Great O'Con trying to further humiliate Cash, trying to make him kiss his foot. Cash uses Braid to escape. Cash showing tons of heart, fighting it alone. Uncle Dax busts out the duct tape and returns to the match. Bret Hart at home rubbing one out as Dax fights like a boss. Trent, Dax, superplex, Cobb, Cash, splash for a near fall. Cobb with the standing moonsault to Rocky. Roppongi with the strong zero to Cobb gets a 2 3/4. Cash breaks it up. Confusing ref count when Rocky pinned Dax. Pisses crowd off.
3.5.
Big rig FTR take it all. Incredible triple threat tag team matchup. I gave this one 7 pretzels as well. It was very good. Sticks, what do you think of this? It was for a lot of gold on the line.
I gave this 6 in the salt. The announcers had talked about O'Con and Cobb being great ambassadors for Ring of Honor and New Japan, which is part of the reason why I picked them, until Unk got hurt, and then Unk came back out, and that's when I knew my pick was going up in flames. FTR is so super over, which is good for these guys because these guys are the epitome of tag team wrestling today. So I gave a solid 6 with the salt. Hell of a three-way match for all the gold. So not mad at it at all.
These are thoughts.
I got 2 different ratings for this match. One is if Dax is really hurt. 2, if that shit was a work. That shit was a work. I'm giving this shit a 5. If he did actually really hurt himself, even with the fuck up, I'm giving this 8 in the beer cheese. This to me was the best match on the card. Even if he just needs the tape, he still came out to finish the match, and it still went on without him. Only reason I'm really giving it 8 is because I technically was right. Funky Vice got the first 3-point pin in that match. The ref fucked up. That is not my problem. That's the ref's problem, because I saw 3 go down like Trent. Had your boy pinned in the middle of that ring. But I digress. It was a really good match all around. You can't say it wasn't a good match. The only thing I don't like about their triple threats is it's still 2 people in the ring. I feel like if you're going to do it like that, if it's a triple threat tag match, there needs to be 3 people in the ring. Yeah, it does. You all know as these matches go, it all breaks down and everybody gets in the ring anyway. But when you're having 3 guys in the ring, it makes more sense. It would break down that the other 3 guys would get in versus like a whole team gets in. That's not even legal. So what's the point of having them in? Because when you have 3 guys legally at a time, that's where you can pull real fuck shit to be like who's legal, who's not legal. So a team could steal a pin or not. But no, this was still a good match. I still don't know how Dax and them are going to go to Japan and defend those titles. So I don't know whether that was really the great call there. If you're just trying to give these guys, it feels like you're trying to give these guys titles to give these guys titles. Not to say they're not deserving, but after a point, it's like when Kenny had all those fucking titles. It's like he's not going to defend them all the time. So, like, what's the point of how long can you, like, sustain this? Like, how literally long can you sustain this? But no, it was really good. I like the nod FTR did, having those AAA titles on their trunks. Still saying that they're representing those, even though New Japan AAA are beefing. You put on the ring gear, you can't. They have to wear it. So a little fuck you to the company, to the companies being ignorant and having shit like that up there. But no, all in all, great match. I'm sticking with 8 in the beer cheese.
Sticks, did you hear anything? Was that a work? Did you read anything if that was a work or a shoot?
I didn't even look it up myself. I should have.
I haven't heard anything. I just know that like when we saw him the rest of the week, he still had it taped up. So I gotta assume there's some legitimacy. I don't think Unk would want to fake an injury like that because you could tell right away that he was hurt. So I mean, usually there's kind of
I don't know. He wrestled Tuesday or Wednesday, fucking whatever day.
Yeah, but I mean, he still had it taped up. So I mean, they could have took him back. They could have took an MRI, see if there was any damage, and if not, they got it. If he cleanly popped it back in without suffering any damage, they could have just said, "Hey, we're just going to tape you up and keep going." But to go with you, Cesar, I believe Ring of Honor is having a pay-per-view coming up here. I think it's Death Before Dishonor.
Yeah.
So maybe they have to put those New Japan titles on the line there, and maybe that's how you get them off them, so that way a team can take them back over to New Japan coming here.
Sure.
I'm looking forward, and man, this is actually a solid card. I haven't looked at these notes since I took them, and man, I really liked it. The pay-per-view as a whole. Up next is for the AEW All Atlantic Championship. It's a fatal four-way. It's Black versus Pac versus Miro versus Clark Connors. Ref throwing a belt on the mat to disrespect. Miro picks it up and hands it to the ringside crew respectfully. Clark Connors sounds like a generic Marvel secret identity. He is the greenest one in the match. Pac tried to sunset flip back Black off the top rope. Black prevents it and delays a backflip, which should have been faster, but oh well. Black with a painful leg lock submission onto Clark almost taps him out, but thanks to Miro snatching his weave, he gets out of it. I bet Clark is putting up a better match on that potato sack. Oh yeah, I bet Clark is putting on a better match than that potato sack would have, the one who got injured. Miro continues to beat this young guy down. Miro and Black attack Pac. They argue about who's going to murder Pac, eventually come to blows. Miro wins that. After some crazy action from all four, Black gets the table, leans it on the barricade. I like how Miro just catches everybody in midair. Clark spears Miro through the table, fights Black in the ring, spears Pac. This match is actually good. Pac sets up Clark for a Black arrow. Black stops him. Famous double superplex powerbomb spot with all four. Miro with a Machka kick and game over the Pac. Black skeet and Miro's soul. Waffle jalapa. Pac forces Black and brutalizer to Clark for the win. Noise. Pac is the first ever All Atlantic champion. 8 solid pretzels. This was crazy. Sticks, what did you think about this insanity?
Damn, you gave it 8, huh? I gave it 7. This was a really good match. I mean, secretly we figured Pac and Black could carry them. Miro kind of has, but it all hinged on kind of what we're going to get with Clark, and he held his own. I thought he held his own for being a newcomer, and we all knew there was going to be some Black skeet. I mean, I think Cesar called it. I think he was like, "This is Black skeet certified." We all knew that was going to happen, but Pac
hella Black skeet. That's the most Black skeet we've ever seen.
Oh, you got damn right. That man went. I mean, he went blackface real quick. But it was a really good match, and it was good. It's good to see Pac get a championship, and we'll see how. Hopefully, they don't pass this around like they passed around that TNT championship. But good match. Good match.
These are your thoughts.
No, this was a really good match. It was real fun. Miro took a lot of the big bumps, table spot, something else too. I think he got thrown into the stairs as well. So he took a lot of big bumps, which is great. And, gives him time to be out. Yeah, your boy Kurt Connors didn't disappoint. He showed up and showed out, got his shit in. And then, I gave it honestly 7 in the mustard. We called this one on the results too. I was like, yeah, watch Pac win this shit because none of us picked him to win this title. And then he came out, and then he got that dub, got that gold. Yeah, Alistair hitting that waffle jalapa and spit the black skeet right in the ref's face. Like, is black skeet is legal in AEW? You can just spit black skeet in your soul, like just right there. AEW, man, that shit is wild. Their rules, their rules surprise me all the time. But no, it was a great match. I didn't hate it. 7 in the mustard. This was a really good match. Fun match too. Fun match.
So the next match, I would say, was the first low of the show.
Oh, you damn right.
Tony finally on commentary after massaging JR's leg. It's the Cucks and Phantasmo versus Sting, Darby, and Shingo. Sting, a no-show? Nah, he jumping off the stage up on the Cucks. Sting and Shingo beating the shit out of Phantasmo. Thumb to Darby's eye by Matt right in front of the ref. Phantasmo with a whole-on performance setting up to back rake. I loved it. Matt does the same thing. Phantasmo steps on Darby's grapes. Hikuleo attacks Sting. Shingo gets a dreaded back rake sans setup. Shingo hams it up for the camera. Sting no-sells Phantasmo's attack and purple nurples. Stinger splashes all around. You can't no-sell a low blow, though. But he can no-sell a double super kick, apparently. Darby gets royally fucked up. All 3 super kicks Sting that missed by 3 light years. Sting double reverse DDTs the Cucks. Sting leaves the ring for no reason. Then he purple nurples Phantasmo. Low blows, too. Shingo clotheslines the life out of Phantasmo. Last of the Dragon by Shingo to Phantasmo for the win. I gave it a mercy 5 pretzels. It was entertaining, I suppose. But Cesar, what did you think of this fucking nonsense?
What did I tell you, boys? What did I tell you? Okay, what did I tell you? Who is the only undefeated man in the W? It's Nick Hastings. Okay, this motherfucker still does not have a single loss, single tag team, nothing. His record is 100%. He has a better win average than CM Trash, their fucking champion. He has a better record than any champion. He's on top by himself alone on the peak, up in the balcony and the $2 cheap seats. He's on top of the world, bitches. You never doubt Tony Khan's coke-headed ass Markness or wrestling to give a 60,000-year-old man who was there when God turned on the lights and he said, "Oh shit, thanks G, I lost my bat because it's black and I couldn't find it. Thanks for turning the lights on, nigga." He was there in the Garden of Eden when Adam was walking around naked. He was walking around that hot ass trench coat with the fucking black pants and the shirt on, talking about, "Damn man, ain't you hot?" "Nah man, I'm too cool." Woo! That's why I got the smoke machine. This cracker has been alive since the world's been on. And his old ass has a 100% record in ATW. And they're probably only doing it because he has like a 18% win record in WWE when he was there. So Seth Rollins broke his neck. And I wish Seth Rollins would have killed him.
That being said, you have no thoughts on the subject.
What, on the match? Nah.
Stick.
Yeah, that nigga sold. Who's super kick? Who's super kick? You didn't tell me this nigga got Cialis stuck in his throat so his neck don't bend. So that's why when he got super kicked, he just went like this. That shit don't hurt. That shit don't hurt. I've been set on fire by the Romans back in 633 BC, nigga. You think your super kicks gonna hurt? You think your super kicks gonna hurt? Bitch, I was there when Buffy stabbed Dracula. That shit out of that shit. The damn super kick don't hurt, nigga.
Buffy.
I eat them shits. I eat them shits with a side of hot sauce. Give me another one, you bitch. Yeah, this cracker out here, no selling shit. Yeah, nigga ain't got no nipples. What, he shave them off? Cracker giving them the purple nerve. This is some high school shit. Them shits hurt. Nipples hurt. Nipples sensitive for 3 days after that shit. That shit out of my head. And that old man go, and then see, his shit's really hurt because he got that football, that stickum tape on his gloves. So when he grabbed that cracker's nipples, it was real stuck and twisted them shits. And then you know why he grabbed them in his nipples? Because they probably brown. And that's the only brown thing that was in that match. And that nigga hater had to hurt something brown in that match with his old dusty ass to get that dub. I hope you die.
Does it get crumbs, dandruff, or nothing?
I give that shit a 5. Piece of shit match. I mean, some of it was entertaining, especially when he got hit in the dick. I pop for that. Sting got hit in the dick. I pop for that.
You can't
Then
know.
Darby does his white boy shit. That's always entertaining.
Sticks, what'd you think of this? Of course, it immediately starts with Sting flying off of something.
I gave it 5 just for fucking El Phantasmo himself. I mean, this fucking guy, him and the Bucks with the triple kick to Darby in the corner, but fucking El Phantasmo, man, the growing punch, the attack on the areolas. I mean, this guy's a fucking guy that a lot of people need to start paying attention to, because this guy's making waves over in New Japan. And if he were to make it over to the United States to a goodly ran promotion, the guy would be a really hell of a good champion. But I gave it 5 just for the LP factor.
Up next, Tony interviews Shoto, Jericho, and 2.0 approach. Jericho fireballs him because he's a wizard. Up next is for the AEW Women's Championship. It's Thunder Rosa versus Booty Storm. New Japan ring announcer, just happy to be in the ring. Thunder Rosa's face paint looks pretty cool in this. All eyes are on Booty Storm's cheeks. Thunder Rosa with a Goldust taunt. Booty Storm and Thunder Rosa exchange bitch slaps and titty chops. Thunder Rosa hits a stunner, maybe cutter. Does New Japan not have any women, or do they all have COVID? Jade could have squashed someone from there. So far, they are not stinking up the joint, so I appreciate that. Tranny Manson on top of things. Booty German suplex Thunder Rosa on the apron, but it looked like Booty bonked her own fucking head on the apron. Booty Storm cues up that ass for a Kishi Crusher. Beer cheese booty slap. Thunder Rosa with the Death Valley Driver. Fire Thunder Driver gets a 2 3/4. Thunder Rosa then hits Dustin's rotating suplex for the win and retain. I was surprised this match did not suck. I actually gave it 6 pretzels and a chalupa. Sticks, what did you think of this AEW Women's Championship match?
I gave it 4 just for Tony Storm. Thunder Rosa's not my champion. Next.
Wow, Cesar. The Venom from Sticks. What do you got?
I got 6 jerks in the silk sock. So I gave it.
Moving on. The IWGP.
Oh no, there are no women in New Japan. They have a different company that's all women. They call it their sister brand. So that's where all their women wrestle.
Really? There's not an IWGP Women's Champion?
Nope. They made a separate company. Because when New Japan started, it was just men. They made a separate company that's like all women, and they call it their sister company.
Is that the Star? Was it Stardom?
Yep.
Stardom. Yep. They said they couldn't get any. They couldn't book any of the women because of work visa issues and other scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
They wanted to get some women from Stardom over for this match, but they just couldn't get any over.
Yeah, so that's probably why Jade didn't have a match or anything, because they probably would have booked him with them.
So this is going to be the most unique rating I've ever done. This probably will never happen again. But like I said, maybe it was the booze. I don't know. But I really enjoyed the next couple matches. It's for the IWGP US Championship. It's Will Ospreay versus Jake's Man Crush, Orange Cassidy. JR on commentary now. Hands in pockets, maybe not the best strategy there. Bullet Club watching from the owner's box. Assisted barricade attack from Ospreay to Orange Cassidy. Ospreay does some crunches after beating down Orange Cassidy. Ospreay toying with Orange Cassidy. While in the abdominal stretch, Ospreay reaches into Orange Cassidy's pocket and pulls out a fuck you. Taz almost calls this ECW. Osprey completely dominated Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy eventually puts hands back in pockets and gets the second win with his orange kicks, followed by serious kicks. We get a repeat of the cool sequence from Dynamite, then a Michinoku driver for a 2.5. Orange Cassidy takes out Aussie Open. Diving DDT for a 2 3/4. JR thanks Tony for massaging his leg. Orange Cassidy bonks Osprey's head into turnbuckle camera. Wow, this is too fucking fast. Orange Cassidy pulls an Eddie Guerrero, lures in Osprey's moonsaults. He finally hits one. Orange Cassidy hits a beach break that for sure was a 3, but the ref is shit. Jesus, Orange Cassidy kicking everything except the final finish. I don't know what that was called, but that might have stole the show. This was a hell of a fucking story told. Gentlemen, I gave this, the first ever, 8 pretzels and a beer cheese stick. Orange Cassidy triple teamed. Roppongi tries to save Shibata out, saves Orange Cassidy. I have no idea who this guy was, but the crowd was loving it. Cesar, what did you think of this surprise match of the night?
So what's Will Ospreay's finisher called? Not that sliced back, the knife shit, but the move he used after that.
I think it's called Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker, yeah, that's what. Yeah, Stormbreaker. Yeah, that shit stuff. No, this was a really good match. Just proves that Orange Cassidy doesn't need that stupid gimmick to really be over. But no, I mean, we know Will Ospreay is one of the best in the world. Previous owner of that IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, the boy is nice like that. He is fucking GOAT. He didn't have to carry Orange. Orange, I felt like, held his own in this match, especially when he started going. He got his power for putting his hands in his pocket. Got his juices, played a little pocket pool. Got a little horny, and then, start whooping that ass. I gave this 8 in the mustard. I thought this was a really, really good match from top to bottom. Definitely from them last two, which I felt like stunk up the building a little bit. Women's match wasn't bad, but it wasn't.
No, I understand where you're coming from. That totally makes sense. It made
this
even better.
These motherfuckers put air back in the room and then sucked air right back out of the room. I don't even know how you do that. I think it was only been 3 or 4 matches in life I can say where they put air in the room and then sucked air out of the room again. Because it was there was at one point the crowd was just they weren't even chanting dumb wrestling phrases. They were just screaming. It was just loud in there. And that's always shit you want. But yeah, I gave this 8 in the mustard. This was a really good match.
Stixie Drip Orange Cassidy. He tried. What did you think of this fucking match?
Well, I didn't change my opinion on this. I thought after the first time in, especially after the second time watching this, I thought this was the match of the night, which gets why I give it 8 and the beer cheese. There's a reason why they call Will Ospreay the Billy Goat. I mean, this fucking guy is so good. And I agree with Cesar with Orange. There at some point you gotta get rid of this gimmick. But I thought he did a good job of going back and forth from his gimmick to being serious. He did the Orange Cassidy, the slow, non-hurting kicks to Ospreay in the head, and then he snapped and then did the actual kicks to his head. Ospreay did the sliding elbow, didn't get it, and then just went ahead and ended it with the Stormbreaker. I thought this was possibly more likely Orange Cassidy's best match he's had on TV and on a pay-per-view. And to have it with Will Ospreay, I mean, it echoes that this guy is a talent, but the gimmicks holding him back. But all in all, this was the match of the pay-per-view and why it gets my beer cheese.
Well, as Cesar alluded to earlier, they brought some air into the arena and sucked it out, and I was like, that's it. They did it. They stole the night. There's no way they're gonna top this shit. Up next, Zack Sabre Jr. came out to face a mystery opponent. And who was it? Claudio Castagnoli Ravioli.
Claudio Italioni.
Elites. The crowd loses their fucking minds. I got goosebumps. I was shouting, Jackie, look who's here. I was so excited to see Claudio. He bum rushes Zach and fucks him up. Gotcha neutralizer, almost a squash, but no. Does Claudio have to get jumped in later? Is he just, does he have to bleed with Brian? He's already in the KO?
He's already in. Yeah, he's already in.
Okay. Incredible delayed suplex. Zach goes to work on Claudio's leg. Ref all up in his grill, manipulating digits. Not only that, but manipulating Claudio to hit the ring post. Disrespectful and vicious to Claudio. Fatal mistake, though, getting into an uppercut contest with old Claudio. Props to both men for Zach hanging on to the armbar as Claudio tries to throw him out of the ring to the steps, then tossing Zach's ass into the ring. The King of Swing attempts to do his thing, but Zach counters with the guillotine. I didn't even mean that to rhyme. Please, God, don't get injured, Claudio. The King of Swing keeps getting teased, finally swings him, but his arm hurting. Zach counters a sharpshooter into a knee bar. Fucking impressive. Claudio reverses it back into the sharpshooter. This is a technical wrestling dream match that I didn't even know I wanted. Jesus, Zach, all kinds of submissions here. Then Zach mocks the yes kicks. Claudio wins with a sick-ass Walter Gunther-like power bomb. Gentlemen, 8 pretzels, beer, cheese, stick. So I could not decide. I could not decide. So I gave them both beer, cheese, sticks. Wow. He's not a sports entertainer. He's a pro wrestler, JR says. Sticks, my God. We just got a hell of a match with Orange Cassidy and Ospreay, and they follow it up with something just as good. Wow.
You must be smoking dick.
This pay-per-view was worth the money. What did you think of this match?
Are you fucking taking
drunk.
meth or what?
He was drunk.
You didn't like this match?
First off, well,
No.
I didn't like it. Calm down. I gave it 7 in the salt. And I'm going to talk about this because y'all people need to wake up and realize that Zack Sabre Jr.
Is that guy.
is that fucking guy. This fucking guy. Also, I don't know if you noticed it. I don't know if a fan must have said something to him. He yelled back at the fan, I know. This guy is a fucking technical and submission nightmare for everybody, which is why everybody wanted.
How am I smoking crack, by the way? I just talked it up. Why am I smoking crack?
This match wasn't as good as you talked it up.
Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind?
This was not as good as Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy.
It was not.
I think they were equal. I think they were
No,
equal.
there's no way.
First off, you can't tell me you did not think that Cesaro was going to be that fucking guy that they were bringing in. You cannot fucking tell me they did not think that he was going to be in AEW, let alone this was the perfect door to open for him to get in there.
I didn't think what?
I will give Cesaro this. Cesaro, we all know Cesaro can go. There's no doubt about it. But this was not 8 in the fucking beer cheese. This was good, but it wasn't great.
Well,
This
see,
wasn't.
that's why there's 3 different opinions on this show. I thought it was just as good as Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy.
But I mean, it was a good match, and
Opinions
I'm glad.
aren't wrong. Opinions aren't wrong. We just all have different ones. And
No.
Claudio
Or
and
TikTok
Zack
opinion.
Sabre,
Reminded me that
Zack
was-
Sabre Jr. is fucking incredible, mind-blowing, like you said, a nightmare. And then Claudio finally get to show his full potential in a company where he's not told to tone it down. This was fucking amazing. So if I'm smoking crack, you motherfuckers on heroin or something.
What do you mean full potential? He wrestled like Cesaro.
Yeah, with the chains off In WWE, that motherfucker was toned down, losing the fucking Austin Theory
yeah,
and
okay.
losing to everybody.
But winning or losing
Defeated
aside,
Zack Sabre
he
Jr.
wrestled exactly the same.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not. If he was allowed to wrestle like that all the time, he would have been a way
He
bigger
did
star.
wrestle like that all the time.
He did not. No, he did not.
What
If
moves
he
in that
was
match
allowed to
did
wrestle like that all the time,
Okay,
his
yeah. I see where
wins
you're
and
coming from,
losses would have
Sticks.
been way different. He
All right.
would have been happier in the company, and they would have kept him.
Well, what moves did he do different? What style did he do different?
He did way more reversals than usual,
Reversals. That's it.
and he wrestled a hell of a match. How are you disputing this? You're trying to tell
Because he
me
still threw
that
like
you're trying to
38.
tell me that's the Claudio from WWE.
He
Are
still
you out
threw
of your
like
goddamn
38
mind? You
uppercuts.
are out of your mind if you think that's the WWE Cesaro.
He still did the swing. He still did through 38 uppercuts. He still uses the guy. Like, what did he do different?
He was allowed to wrestle the way he wanted to wrestle.
All right. First of all,
He wasn't there to make anyone look good. He was there to wrestle and put on a hell of a match.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
In
that.
WWE, he lost way more.
That has
and
nothing
he
to do
won.
with the style of how he
The
wrestled.
only time he wrestled like he did on the Forbidden Door was when he beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
Okay, but the way he wrestled didn't change whether he lost a lot. That's like not a good argument to have, to saying that he lost a lot. Okay, he can win or lose all the time, but the style in which he wrestled was still the same.
You don't think he looked any better, right? That Forbidden Door than he did
still
in
looked
WWE.
powerful. Like Daniel Bryan promised us a technical match, like if he was wrestling Zack Sabre Jr. Cesaro outpowered Zack Sabre Jr. He didn't out technical wrestle him. So it was it wasn't a match that it wasn't the same kind of match.
I would argue that the reversals were technical. It
Okay,
wasn't all
reversals are
technical.
technical.
It wasn't all technical. I understand.
Yeah, it was mostly power.
But
it was
Cesaro,
80%.
That Cesaro was way better than what we've been seeing consistently in WWE. He looked more comfortable.
Your argument was that he
happier.
lost a lot, and you didn't want him to lose. That's besides the point.
No, his job in WWE was to make people look good. His job in WWE wasn't to get over and win championships, because he barely did that.
Well,
And
he got over. The fans loved
he was
him.
tied down in WWE as opposed to what he was doing in the ring at Forbidden Door. God damn it, too many fucking pay-per-view names. Forbidden Door, Claudio, way better than WWE Cesaro in my
I think you're just happy that he won, because he always got over. We always said that Cesaro can go.
I'm happy
Cesaro's can
it was a great match.
I didn't. It didn't live up to my expectations.
It doesn't have to. That's why I'm saying there's different opinions on this show, but I'm not smoking crack to think that this was just as good as Orange Cassidy and Ospreay.
I think you're a little bit smoking, like a splash, like you looked at the crack nugget.
I stared at the crack. Okay, I looked at it. It was tempting. I got some in my fingernails, but that's it.
Sure. Yeah. All right. So I mean, yeah, you're right. Everybody's opinion is you can have your opinion. To me, it just, I don't know. To me, the way the crowd reacted, yes, because it was Cesaro. And was it a good match? Yes, it was a good match. It wasn't a great match. Like that Will Ospreay Orange Cassidy was a great match. That Cesaro Zack Sabre Jr. was a good match. And y'all even give it this. That shit was a very good match. But it wasn't a great match.
I'll give the story from Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy was 10 times better than the story that Claudio and Zack Sabre did. But removing the story, I that's why I say they're equal. I can't pick one. So I had to break the beer cheese into sticks and give them both my appreciation.
Sure. I mean, to me, I do love the fact that AEW, just like NXT Black and Gold, is bringing back tag team wrestling. So that's why I gave it to the tag team myself. Like those guys all showed out. Those guys, they should have been a clusterfuck, but it didn't. The story of the match was really good. Like I said, that's why I gave it 2 ratings. But for me, this match, from what, and I know Claudio can be super technical. That's the difference. Claudio can be really, really technical. And I felt like he was still more the same. Like, yeah, he did have technical ways he wrestled in the match, but he still overpowered Zack Sabre Jr. And that's what won him. He didn't even beat him technically. He overpowered him to beat him.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, Zack Sabre injured his arm. So he's limited. He was limited in his technicality because he only had one arm. Whereas if he had two arms,
he carried him up. He carried him one arm. One arm carried him up the fucking steps.
That's
that's power. That's
and then
not.
How did he beat him? What was the move he used to beat him?
If that's your argument, that was power. I'm talking about his technical game. If he had both arms able through the whole match, perhaps he would have been more technical. But since he was limited by an arm injury, he had to rely on his power. Hold on, I got Conrad on the line.
Wait. And how does that make sense? My arm is hurt, so I'm going to use it to outpower you. If my arm is hurt, I shouldn't be able to use it. I should be able to wrestle technically to get out of this. But no, I'm that strong that even when you hurt my arm, I can still slam you around.
He used his power to win because he couldn't get as technical with a hurt arm.
I don't get how you cannot get technical with a hurt arm, but you can use it for power. I can't use my arm, but I can lift you with it. Think about that.
Strong. Motherfucker strong. No one said he wasn't strong.
I gave this one a 6 in the mustard.
Wow, the disrespect.
No, that's a good match. It's a good match. It's the third highest match I have on the card.
1 to 10, that's like a C+.
It's the third highest match I have on the card. I only have the tag match, Will Ospreay, and then this. Those are the top 3 matches. It's top 3 for me on this card.
Sticks, what was your rating?
I gave it 7 in the salt.
Oh,
I'm just saying this. We all know Cesaro can go. Cesaro's good. He's on that borderline of being great. Let's see how being in AEW is going to be any different than him being in WWE. Because is he going to get more action time on TV, or is he going to be one of those guys that's going to be in the back when they bring out these guys, and then you're going to start seeing on the bottom line of him having a match on Dark or Dark Elevation, and then he's just there on TV. I mean, if Cesaro can go, I'm excited to see him in AEW. The rumors are that he turned down a bunch of more money from WWE to come to AEW. So I'm excited to see what we're going to get with Claudio and see where this goes. The guy can go. It was a very good match. We're all going to differ, but we all know what we're going to get with Claudio. But I thought this was a hell of a good match for Zack Sabre Jr. And hopefully it brought more out. And besides, going into this match, we all knew outside of the one New Japan title match, New Japan wasn't going to win all that many matches against AEW superstars. So, I kind of figured with this being Claudio, this was a 50-50 shot that Zack could possibly win. But part of me was like, I could see AEW winning this one. And they did. But Claudio showed up and he showed out. He looked good. He looked good against Zack Sabre. And that's why I gave it 7 in the salt.
You know what's funny is someone posted a picture on Twitter of Survivor Series when Raw completely dominated SmackDown, and they put Forbidden Doors looking like Survivor Series right now.
Yeah, it was like, I didn't think they were going to win that much. I thought New Japan were going to sneak some wins, but they got obliterated for it being a split pay-per-view.
It sticks. Sadly, you know what I think is going to happen? I think Claudio's going to try too hard, and that motherfucker is going to get injured within a month trying to impress everybody because he's so happy he's not in the fucking Vinnie Mac Mafia anymore.
But so the only thing I will say is I expected Cesaro to come out more like Toothless Timmy than to come out more like Cesaro, because I've seen him wrestle technically, and he is a great technical wrestler. Just that the motherfucker is just strong as shit. So yeah, WWE wants strong guys, sure. But I expect him to be more technical. I expect him to be more 50-50. And to me, it was more like 80-20.
By the way, the shit that AEW has been feeding, we watch Dynamite every week. We've seen horrific pay-per-views. And to get this kind of a match at an AEW, under the AEW banner, it was great compared to the Thunder Rosa Hikaru Shida to the fucking the factory over and over and over. Black Magic Cracker shit over, which by the way, we're gonna get to. Oh no, we're not. Did you guys see Rampage?
I didn't watch. I don't watch no Rampage unless y'all
Okay.
tell me.
Well, we'll sprinkle some in there. But up next, it's a fatal four-way for the IWGP Championship. The Switchblade versus Adam Cole, baby, versus Hangman versus Okada.
Oh, Hangman, drink.
Holy shit chant before the match even starts. Crowd is losing their minds. Asian Fred Durst in Switchblade's corner. Cole and Switchblade trying to form an alliance. Cole and Switchblade double team Hangman on the ramp. They go after Okada next. Buy-in started 4 hours ago. Crowd must be tired by now, and we still have a main event to go. We get the Cole super kick spot while Hangman was upside down in midair. It's funny, we get that so often now, it's not even special anymore. Okada attacking Cole and Switchblade into crowd, flies on the both of them through chairs. Money clip submission.
Can y'all hear all the fireworks going off? This is really loud.
Is that Sticks or is that you?
That's me. I live across the street from the city park. So they're popping off tonight. Because I guess everybody's got to work tomorrow. It just ended. There was like the grand finale. So it was all like, brr, 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 brr. I was like, oh shit, time to get the pistol, nigga. Mine's out the head.
Mine's going to start in an hour, by the way.
Oh, that's right. It's still light over there. So they got
sun is still up. Money clip submission, almost like a modified Cobra Clutch by Okada. Cole and Switchblade next to each other looks like the before and after shot of someone who's used a Bowflex. All four men getting all their shit in. Gloves are off now as they all attack each other. Asian Fred Durst prevents Buckshot. Hangman with Deadeye and Buckshot gets a 2.5 till Okada saves it. Hangman and Okada square off. Okada and Cole. Cole, a one-man super kick party. This is so much action going on. It seems like the crowd is exhausted from watching it. Switchblade takes out Adam Cole to retain. Kind of seemed like that wasn't supposed to end like that, as I'm sure you guys will go over. I did enjoy it, though. I gave it 7 pretzels in the mustard. Sticks, what did you think of this? Your boy, he retains.
Well, that Asian Fred Durst is Gato, by the way. So that's the guy. That's the blacksmith to the Switchblade. This was my second favorite match of the card because all 4 guys are top tier guys. And the US finally got to see the wrestling god known as Okada, and Okada did disappoint. You had talked about Adam Cole with his sweet super kick spots. I still love fucking seeing those. The guy is so good. He is pinpoint with those. So I love those. The accomplishments that Jay White has done on his career, Grand Slam, the first ever Grand Slam champion in New Japan, and the guy's not even 30 years old yet.
What? Okada's not 30?
Jay White isn't 30 yet.
Oh, Jay White. Okay, yeah.
I think Okada old as fuck.
He looks old.
Oh, yeah. Okada's like, what? I think 34 or 35.
Asian Kindle.
Damn, I thought he was like 37.
Is he 37? I thought he was.
We don't come here for facts, like the podcast we follow.
But Jay White, man, I mean, I was a little disappointed with the match. If you would have asked me, if we would have did this right after the pay-per-view, it would have got a little bit lower. But being able to kind of sit back, digest it, and go back and rewatch it, it was my second favorite match. 7 in the mustard. And I'm disappointed for all the guys. I'm a little sad for Cole because of how it ended. I thought it should have ended differently, and we're never going to know how it would have ended. But it sucks for a guy like him, and for Jay White to retain like that. You can kind of tell even afterwards, like when they were showing it, you can see White and the official talking. So I don't know if he was the one that noticed something and called the audible or what had happened, but it was a really good match leading up to the finish, which is why I gave it my 7 in the mustard. And my boy retains, and we head back over to Japan to defend the title some more.
So Cesar was watching this match and he goes, "Oh shit. Oh shit. I don't think it's gonna go my way. Hold on. Activate the concussion chip in Cole's forehead now." He took the fall, he took the pinfall. Cesar got his caveat. But what are your thoughts on the overall match?
Didn't give it such of a higher ratings I gave you guys. I write my ratings on the fly, and I treat it like Stool Presidente. When I write it, it's done. The finish felt flat, but it's because Cole got injured. I don't know if I'm allowed to give re-ratings, which I don't, because I write that shit literally on the fly. Like right after I finish watching it, I take in everything, I write it down. Then I don't watch the entrances till the next match. Trying to think about what process it a little bit. To me, I gave it a 6. I only gave it a 6 because at the end there, it just seemed like, now I don't know when Adam Cole was concussed, because it seemed like a lot of the same spots like were trying to happen just didn't happen. Like when he kept trying to go for the Panama Sunrise and then he got reversed. Okada trying to go for the Rainmaker a couple of times, he got reversed. Like I feel like nobody got like. Did Jay White hit a switchblade? I don't know.
He hit,
he did.
He hit on Okada before he pinned
Adam Cole. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I think Adam Cole literally just ducked that last Rainmaker. I think he was supposed to take that Rainmaker. I think he ducked it just because he was concussed, but then he couldn't get back up. So it when it hits you with the what the fuck is going on? Like, I gotta rate it how I rate it. Like, even though it was good parts in the middle. I just didn't enjoy it as much as the last match. So I got to take that as fact as well. Again, was this better than the last match? To me, no. So I got to rate it a little low. But that was because mostly of the finish. It was good in between. It was thoroughly entertaining. I was going to wait to see who turned on who first. Was it going to be Switch? Was it going to be Cole? Of course it's fucking Cole. Because Cole's got to prove himself. He's got to get a heavyweight title since joining AEW. He wins heavyweight title everywhere he goes. He hasn't gotten that due in AEW. So I thought it was good storytelling, at least there. Like I said, no matter who won between Okada or Switch, they're both going back to New Japan to keep that feud going. It does help out Switch more because he does have the win overall record over Okada. He's the only one really beating Okada like that. Like Kenny was the reverse. Kenny couldn't beat Okada until he did beat Okada. Now he could. Oh, by the way, Okada will be 35 this year on his birthday. So he is 34 right now. But yeah, I gave it a 6. Mostly just because of the ending. The ending knocked it down a few points for me. But yeah.
Up next, the main event for the interim AEW championship. It's Jon Moxley versus Tanahashi. The crowd is still awake as we head into the main event. Weird guitar riff to Mox's theme. Tanahashi not so stiff and lame this time. He pisses off Mox. Tanahashi hits a dragon screw. Did he do the "you can't see me" thing? I don't know if I
was he did do that shit.
Okay. Tanahashi has targeted Mox's leg.
The John Cena fan.
With a cutter out of nowhere. Then they have a chop off. A back rake by Mox. Is there something happening in the crowd? You fucked up, Chance. What the hell? Mox gets the clover leaf. STF as well. Tanahashi with the second rope senton. Mox tells cameraman to get the fuck out of the way. Uranagi's Tanahashi through the table. It actually breaks. Mox counters a dragon screw into an armbar. Mox gets busted open by a sling blade, I guess.
And with the elbow.
Tanahashi dives on the Mox to the outside. Mox dons the crimson mask. Tanahashi kicks out of the paradigm shift. Tanahashi with the Fuji knee attack. Diving crossbody. Frog splash. Mox kicks out and locks in the bulldog choke. Lots of hammer and elbow strikes. Rear naked choke. Crowd hulks up Tanahashi, but another paradigm shift. Mox wins. He is now going to keep the title warm for CM Punk. I gave this 7 pretzels. Jericho and Danny Garcia prevent Mox and Tanahashi from kissing. And yep, you guessed it. Clusterfucky man. Gotta watch them all. Cesar, the main event. While I go take a leak.
The you fucked up part was the drunk guys fighting in the crowd. So Cluster Fuckymon at the end of this, just to keep this pay-per-view going, knocked it down a point for me. I took a point off. This got the same as the match before it. It was a 6. This match felt way too long for me. Like, I get it, it's supposed to be the main event, but like, you just had a match with 4 guys, and even though somebody got hurt in it, that match could have been at the end. And I swear this match was 10 minutes longer. Mox got hit with the elbow during the swing bait, and he just got hit a little bit in the right spot, and that's what busted him open. So it was accidental. You know, shit happens. But yeah, for me, this match just went way too long for everything that happened. You had a table spot, outside spots, mad finishers. I mean, yeah, I guess it was an interim title, and Moxley's always wanted to wrestle this guy for forever, but that doesn't mean you need to have like a 30-minute match when, like I said, the match beforehand, those motherfuckers have been in those chairs for 4 hours. Then they sat through that match, and they sat through this shit. So it turned out being what, like 4:45 or some shit like that? What did this go off? 11:50? Well, then, yeah, you got Cluster Fuckymon, so it was like 11:50, 12. 5 hours of sitting in that building, man. Come on. I'm done. I know if I ever go to AEW, then I'm skipping the pre-show. I'm not sitting there all fucking night. Fuck that. I'm not watching anybody on the pre-show.
Cluster Fuckymon.
Yeah. So I don't know if you heard me, but that's when those guys were fighting. When the crowd chanted, "You fucked up."
Yeah, I know. I didn't hear my notes in real time. I found out what happened.
Yeah, but that shit was funny because that motherfucker swallowed that security guard. Got us getting his ass taken out. That nigga said, "Hold up."
Made TMZ too.
That black guy said, "Hold up, they don't pay me no chicken for this. Put your hands up, nigga." Wow, piece Popeye's biscuit. Wow, that right, man.
You got a bonus ham sandwich.
I gave it a 6 for the main event.
Okay.
I just felt like it went too long, especially for how those motherfuckers been in them chairs for like 4.5 hours. And this match still went like 20 fucking minutes or so. And then Cluster Fuckymon at the end. Yeah, it's just unnecessary Cluster Fuckymon.
They can't help themselves. They can't help themselves.
Necessary. Like, the thing is, you got to pay all those guys because that's an appearance. So you are pissing away money just to have guys pretend to throw blows for 10 minutes after a 35-minute match went off in the ring. Hey, let's go out there and do what we do every Wednesday night. Hey, TK, I'm getting 50 grand, right? Yeah. Yeah, fuck out of here for that. I gave it a 6.
Stixy Drip, the main event. What were your thoughts?
I agree with Cesar. I had it at a 7 until the fucking clusterfuck at the end, and that took me down a notch. So I gave it 6. My question is, what the fuck is the difference between the Death Rider and the Paradigm Shift? Because Excalibur called what Moxley ended up hitting on him, his finishing move at the end of the match, the Death Rider, and it looks exactly the same to me as the Paradigm
Shift.
So I after he had called that, I pretty much was like, my head was in a fog. I was like, what the fuck's the difference? Am I missing something? Does he hook the arms different? Does he actually dump them on their head instead of them tucking? And then they had the clusterfuck at the end. Like Cesar said, this match went 10, 15 minutes longer than it should have. Mox could have got all his spots in. Ace could have got all his spots in and got it done in like 12, 15 minutes, and everybody could have went home a little bit earlier and a little bit happier. And this was a really good pay-per-view, and then you went and did that at the end. So it's typical ATW, and you didn't need to do it for that match afterwards. So that's why I gave it just 6.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we gambled. We predicted. If you tuned in, thank you, Sheriff, for tuning in. On last week's episode, we made our predictions, and motherfucker, again, and by 1 point, the tribal chief of Drip Island takes it. Stixie Drip Drip, what say you on the punishments or assignments, if you will?
Well, gentlemen, we are on that holiday week. So I went back, did a little searching on my premium PCAC, and I found WCW Great American Bash 1996, gentlemen. It's around 2 hours 44 minutes.
Jesus.
It has the Steiners on there. We have DDP and a young spry Marcus Alexander Bagwell. We have Dean Malenko taking on Rey Mysterio. Hell, we even have fucking Falls Count Anywhere, Chris Benoit versus Kevin Sullivan. So, gentlemen,
that's when he was fucking his wife.
What a Sticks? What if we split it in half? What if me and Cesar like split the beginning and the end?
Hey, that's fine. That's fine with me, boys. However you guys want to do it. I just thought it'd be a little different than NXT. I thought maybe we could go back a little bit with it being the glorious celebration of our country, our holiday. I was like, let's go back and see what Great American Bashes we got. So,
Cesar, do you have Brother Quarter handy? Uncle CD?
Uncle CD, I think his dumbass went on vacation.
We'll flip for it.
All right. I got a that's a hating book. He's black. There's the front, and that's the back.
All right.
We're gonna flip Master Hating book.
Okay, the front will be the beginning and the back will be the ending.
Sorry, wait, it's what? How many? How many? What is that? 120 plus 44 is
well, how many matches, Sticks, was it? How many total matches?
Let me see here. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 or 8 matches.
Okay.
If it's 7, you take 3 and 1, and then I'll take the same 1 in the middle.
Okay.
And then do the other 3.
Okay.
So then we'll have commentary on just one match similar, and then we'll have the other 3 matches separate.
Okay, so front will be
front will be the first 3 in the middle. Back will be the last 3.
Okay. Well, I gotta choose a side, right? To flip it.
So choose front or back.
I'll choose front. Well, then that means I'll just choose the beginning then.
No. Here's how it's gonna go.
Uh-huh.
If you choose front and get it right, then you'll take the front. If you get it wrong, I'll take the front.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, all right. So you want front. All right.
Let's do it.
It landed on his back. So you got it wrong. So you'll take back.
Okay.
I'll take the front. I'll take the first 3 in the 4th match. You'll take the 4th match in the last 3.
There might be, I think there's 7 or 8. I don't know the exact number. I think
you know where we got to go, Megria? Wikipedia. They always list the matches.
Well, Sticks, you said the Great American Bash 1997?
1996.
Okay. Hitting the wiki.
Great American Bash 96.
97.
96.
96?
Yeah, you keep saying 97.
97.
Trump.
Not yet.
Event. Tony Schiavone. Hell yeah.
Skillbone.
All right. Prior to the pay-per-view, there were 3 matches on main event. We don't care about that. All right. Steiners 1. U.S. title matches 2. DDP, Marcus Bagwell's 3. Cruiserweight Championship 4. Who the fuck is Big Bubba Reigns? 5.
Whoa,
6.
holy shit.
7, 8, 9. There's 9.
Shit.
Are they in order, Cesar?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so ME is what?
What?
What does ME mean? Is that pre-show?
Main event, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we'll start from 4 down. Okay, I get it.
So we'll both do the Cruiserweight Championship match.
Okay. I didn't look at the results. I don't want to know.
No, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. We both do the shitty match. We have to do 5 matches apiece. So we both do the shitty match with John Tenta and Big Bubba Rogers.
Okay.
So I've got Steiner's United States, DDP, and the Cruiserweight match, and then John Tenta and them. You got John Tenta, the Falls Count Anywhere, Nigga
Up
Hating
until
Sting.
the main event.
Yeah, Nigga Hating Sting.
He
Tag
takes on
match in the
Steven
main event.
Regal. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. All right.
Well, gentlemen, it's Wednesday night, and you know what that means.
Time to get drunk.
It's going to be the highlights of Blood and Guts this time, because I'm not going over this whole shit show. And there's 3 segments I would love to talk about, but I'm only going to pick one.
Oh, talk about all 3. I'm going to shit on all 3 of them.
No, because you guys will pick them. Tony interviews Christian on the stage. Christian apologizes that Jungle Boy's entire family wasn't dead. They had to see Jungle Boy lose a couple weeks ago. Christian requested a match, but it wasn't for him. Here we go. We get Dark Luchasaurus versus Serpentico. Squashed. Choke slammed on outside 2. Scorpio and Ward. Oh, wait. Yeah, that was it. It was Dark Luchasaurus. This whole it's very strange. I think someone said that Luchasaurus may have eaten Marco or something. It was funny. The whole Dark Luchasaurus character. My first impression, of course, I gotta go immediately negative because it's ATW. I'm like, Dark Luchasaurus, what the fuck? But then I was thinking,
like, it's so good. It's so good.
I was thinking, why not?
It's
Why
so
not?
good. It's so good.
He put on a black mask. He's evil. He's big as fuck.
Yeah.
He's
So good.
He's with the captain. How can this go wrong? And so I let it marinate, Cesar. I let it marinate. It marinated. And I was like,
Your black skeet got in your soul.
you know what? That Dark Luchasaurus skeet, it's not too bad. Not too bad.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
I'm interested. I'm interested to see what direction
With
this
Christian
goes.
as a mouthpiece, this
Christian
could
as
go
a
places.
mouthpiece.
This
Dark
could go
Luchasaurus,
places.
Just don't do this. No more of
Yeah.
that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna ruin it. Let Christian talk, and you just stomp motherfuckers. That's all we got to see. Eventually, we're gonna see that Jungle Boy versus Luchasaurus match, which is gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So that's my highlight of the week. Stixie Drip Drip, your highlight of Blood and Guts.
Well, mine comes on a sad note because we very well might be seeing the divide between the Acclaim and the Ass Boys. Daddy Ass had to choose between his favorite group of sons. And goddamn, if he didn't choose the right group, boys, he chose the Acclaim. Mr. Bowen is healthy. That man jumped out of that wheelchair so quick. He's back. So I'm gonna go with that. They had to face Mangria's favorite wrestling man, Danhausen, and mystery opponents who turned out to be a tag team draped in all the gold except for their own promotion's gold.
Yep.
FTR.
Yep.
And Danhausen actually held up his own end of the match.
Yeah, he did.
So that is my highlight, the dissolving of the Ass Boys and the Scissor Boys, and Daddy Ass made that tough decision of going with the Acclaim. That is my highlight of ATW.
That was a great segment. Him turning on his own sons kind of made me like Billy Gunn more, because fuck those Ass Boys. Not literally, but that was
Yeah, we're not Jake.
it was a great segment. I love the story they're going, and Bowens, you know, it's silly, but I was kind of surprised when Bowens got in the ring. I was like, oh shit, he's all right. Like that actually kind of surprised me when he did that. Even the crowd.
Even him selling, like when they found out it was FTR, they banned him in the wheelchair. He literally about said, "Oh shit, it's FTR."
He goes, FTR?
Yeah.
Cesar, what'd you think of that?
No, it was good shit. No, that was definitely a good segment. Yeah, motherfucker got in a ring, acclaim, about to get back in them top fives, and then never get a title shot because Tony hates niggas more than Vince. So when you become the CEO of a wrestling company, that fucking that mask from the chin balloons with the pointy hat, it just goes on top of your head so smooth, and you start hitting the niggas, and they never get to the top. Yeah.
Well, Cesar, that being said, what was your highlight of Blood and Guts this week?
Ended.
Yes. Uh-oh. What is going on?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't see that, right? Okay.
Nope.
All right. So you didn't have a highlight this week?
I mean, you guys named them. I mean, I ain't gonna talk about that fucking Blood and Guts match. Ain't a highlight. It's fucking Orange Cassidy won with a power slam. Nigga, who was the last nigga to win with a power slam? It had to be from when wrestling was born from 1886.
You know what we got back? You know what we got back? You got to give the people.
You know what? Correction. I got to say the only thing I want to hear from Excalibur's fucking mouth every fucking week. Them bitches came out with them sweet ass tie-dye suits. It's probably already on a shop t-shirt bullshit, whatever the fuck they got already in every kind of size. Them fuck boys came out there, and I got to hear my man talk some shit. Told him, they ain't management, get them the fuck out of here. But I'll be goddamn if Orange Cassidy didn't win with a power slam. A power slam. I can believe Orange punches and air raid crashes and pockets and hands, but the motherfucker won with a power slam.
I don't know if you saw it or not, but I could, well, not see it. I could hear the tear fall down Styx's cheek when old Ethan Page got that L.
Okay. From a power slam.
I'll say this. Like I said, I was very angry in the chat about Blood and Guts. It was so unnecessary. You have all these injuries that are plaguing your roster, even WWE as well. You have all these injuries, and right after Forbidden Door, where your
everybody got injured.
Your interim champ supposedly concussed. Let's put him in a War Games match. That's a good idea. All these motherfuckers.
They're all gonna change Cage and hope nobody gets injured. Let's go.
All these motherfuckers botched more than they executed their moves. It was kind of like if you were dating some chick and she walked in the room and saw this stupid shit with them botching and stabbing each other. It was like, it's embarrassing. I feel bad for everybody who was involved. I'm glad I haven't heard anything. I'm glad nobody got hurt. But yeah, it was fucking dumb. I was tick-thoughting Cesar. I wasn't paying attention. I was like,
bro, and
Lord have mercy.
The middle of this match, by the time Eddie Kingston got in, I was bored. I was so bored. And he was like I didn't even realize he got in at one point. I was like, oh, Eddie Kingston's in. Nice. All right, I guess they're gonna do something now. But like, yeah, dude. Like it started off botchy with Cesaro and Sammy jumping at each other. Like fucking AEW botches was beating his dick. Because I remember he tweeted out as soon as it started. He goes, "Oh, this how we gonna start? Acknowledge me."
The only thing that this did was build for that feud between Cesaro or Claudio and Eddie. I mean, there was a down point of this thing where I think it was Santana. It looked like he might have did something.
No, Santana blew his knee out. He's fucking injured.
Fuck, that was.
Oh man!
Remember that part where he fell over when he had the motherfucker up? His knee blew out. Nah, he
got booged. He got booged.
That was because I love him and Ortiz as a tag team, and as soon as I saw that, I'm like, fuck, no, not in this match. But yeah,
hey, you know what? The only thing this did, you guys, the only thing this did was get him over 1 million viewers for the first time in a few months, and of course, they're all the AEW fans. Oh, look at we got over 1 million fans. Blue. All right, get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. They've been coined ATW for a reason. God rest all their souls. But now we are going to talk about the A show of the week. It's NXT. Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna let you guys go first on the highlight. Sticks, what was your highlight of NXT?
It was Grayson Waller pulling a fast one on the A champ. It wasn't any match, it was any of that. It was him being able to weasel himself into a North American Championship title shot at Great American Gash. I mean, just the him showing up during Trick and Mello's interview, and Trick's like, yeah, we love the kids. We love the kids. We can do that. And then as they're leaving, they get informed, well, what do you think about your North American Championship match? What the Trick like? And then Trick's got to be the man with the brains out of the two of them. Well, I bet it was when he made you sign, autograph all that stuff, Mello. Yeah, there was, I forget the guy's name. Was it Jimmy? There was no Jimmy. But that was my highlight of NXT.
Cesar, your highlights of NXT.
Oof. Like what I like to call Jerk Fest 2020.
Oh, you're taking mine. You're taking.
And you damn right.
You're taking mine.
What it do? Yeah. Get a line, man, the road, chopping it up in the rang one time for your mind. There was a butt meat buffet of hoes out there getting that money. If you want to speak wax poetic about that, man, Grant, I will talk about how they literally killed off a cracker.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You cover that. I'll cover this. Okay. Well, let me start with the beginning. Because this was I found it a little so cute because Sleepy Chew video package. My wife was paying attention to this entire thing. She gets a kick out of Sleepy Chew. I appreciated that. I guess Chew versus Stratton will happen in the future. And then, yeah, Cesar, Nikita Lyons versus Mandy Rose with Toxic A. Where's my bottle of Sex Panther? Did you steal it? Wade says. She's not even looking at you, Vic tells Wade. Welcome to, I thought this was NXT's main event. It's a butt meat deli, and we hungry. Mandy is all over Nikita's injured knee. All eyes on the numbers game. Will Cora and Roxy even the odds? Wade furious at Vic for talking shit about Mandy. Mandy's wedgie has my attention. Gigi and JC ruined the match. Mandy slaps or restrained Nikita. Cora and Roxy for the save. Mandy laid out with that camel toe showing. Oh, this wasn't the main event. But I digress. Cesar, go ahead and talk about one of the funniest fucking ways to get rid of a character on NXT TV.
How was that not the main event? There was no more wrestling after that match.
Well, technically, it was the stupid face-off, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but no. Well, Braun got injured, so that's a highlight for me. Fake injured. Yeah. So the guy in real life gets caught with the roids. So they have to get him off camera after having 2 filmed shows. So Tony D and the other cracker, which one's still alive?
Stacks.
Tony D and Stacks kill 2 dimes and dump his body off the Rudy Prue Bridge. This is another appearance from the longest paid character on the show, the Rudy Prue Bridge. They killed 2 dimes, murdered him, and throw his dead body off a bridge, talking about he came for my crown. And then Santos called that crack on the phone, talk shit. Talking mad cash money shit to Tony D. Called him champ or something. Yeah. How's it looking, champ? Kill the nigga. He gone, children. He off the planet.
With the fishes.
And said that shit. Oh, god damn. Tony D is the dumbest, best character ever.
Are they going to replace him? Or do you think they're just going to
there'll probably be a Quartermain will probably appear.
Brother Quarter.
Brother Quarter finally got his contract getting called up. The Quarter getting called up. He's gonna be on NXT next week. I don't know who
That's
the
why
fuck.
he hasn't been around. No.
Oh my god! But yeah, fucking killed a man, killed a character. Literally killed the character on television. I couldn't believe it.
Honorable mention, I should say, since we have a little bit of time here, Katana and Kaden versus
Oh, really
Cora
good
and
match.
Roxanne at the beginning, the kickoff NXT. Wade has his VIP card to the Toxic Lounge. Vic discovers it's his valet card. Caden wiggles that ass in Cora's face. Extreme booty envy by Cora. Quick pace match, all four women showing out for this. Props to the cameraman for getting a great shot of Cora's sniz during pinfall attempt. This is actually a good match. I love how NXT's women division is always resilient whenever the main roster plucks out who they want. Commercial picture in picture. Here come the distractions from old Mangria. Of course, when I'm trying to watch fucking wrestling. Loving the double teams from Caden and Katana. They are a well-oiled machine, and hopefully they get the tag gold before Khan releases them. They keep smash cutting the Toxic A, looking bored. Pop rocks for the win. Roxanne and Cora Jade are the #1 contenders now, guys. Any thoughts on the kickoff match?
I mean, they're probably gonna lose next week anyway. So.
Sticks?
Like you said, Katana and Caden, they are. I mean, I think they made a. I think Wade said something about how they're almost the elder stateswomen on the tag teams on the roster, and it showed. I mean, these girls are so fluid, and to get passed over. I mean, I kind of understand them losing because obviously Cora and Roxanne are being hot right now, but I mean, this is one of your legit women's tag teams that you have on the roster. So, I mean, like you said, it was a banger of an opening. And NXT is usually really good at having great openers. So it was a really good women's tag team match.
It was indeed, along with the rest of the show. Next week, we have the Great American Bash coming up. We will not make predictions for that, but we can sit back and watch it and enjoy it. So we don't have to be assigned another pay-per-view by Stixie Drip Drip over here. But ladies and gentlemen, especially the sheriff, if you're still paying attention, thank you. Thank you everybody for watching. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, big ups to Stallion Pete.